My name is Megan Barnes. I'm a straight A student who will graduate in 2022. My main events are 100 to 800 free, 100 back and 200 back. I have won several national titles at different distances. Please take a look at my profile and video, and I look forward to hearing from you.
In 5 from Barnes Swimming Club, Megan Barnes.
I mentioned in the last race it's been a good night for Guildford City so far, and particularly the Eardleys. Elizabeth and Elena both getting gold in the 200-metre backstroke thus far. You know, Guildford City representative in this final. Maybe that'll open the pool up here. Although overwhelming favourite is Gerda Vasileiskaite of Ellesmere College Titans. Got a bronze medal last year in this race, and a silver in the 50 last year as well. Also swam in Lithuania, quite experienced swimmer for her age. Turned 16 later this week, does Gerda Vasileiskaite, and at the halfway point, she leads the way. This an event in the women's category that has certainly gone in the way of form, demonstrated by the heats earlier. Megan Barnes trying to be a bit of a rival up there. Less than a second between the front two. Could that be a draw that ignites later on in the race? Most of the pool being left behind. Bronze always an option. Lane 7, Lucia Hearn. Pretty tight with Faye Francis, who's in lane 6 for Portsmouth North Sea. This is where it kicks into life then. Gerda Vasileiskaite still leading the way, but look at lane 1 and Holly Cook of City of Bristol, who is starting to motor up here, and she's more or less alongside Faye Francis and Lucy Hearn as they battle for bronze. And look at lane 5, and Megan Barnes puts the foot firmly on the acceleration now out of nowhere. What a way to ignite a frantic finale. Megan Barnes is going to steal the gold in the end by quite a gap, over a second. Out of Gerda Vasileiskaite. And Faye Francis leads home the rest of the pool to get bronze. 200s between her and Lucia Hearn. Well, that was a tough one, and Megan Barnes pulled that one superbly out of the bag.
This is the women's 15 years, 400 metres freestyle final.
So no lane 2 in this final, but the rest all present and correct and ready to go for some medals here. Fast swimming on offer. Now the fastest of the PBs, Charlotte Wynne-Jones in lane 1 of City of Milton Keynes, 4:28.94. It's not a time that she's managed to pick up this season. She did manage to get gold last year here at the summer meet in the age category below. So don't be surprised if lane 1 springs up a bit of a fast race here. 4:36.15 was the time for her earlier on, so just over 7 seconds off what she is capable of and what she's proven before. The rest of them, however, trying to break the 4:30 barrier for the first time in their relatively short careers. Megan Barnes was very close to doing that earlier, half a second away to be precise. 4:35.4 was the time that she managed to muster. And after the first quarter of this race, it is her and also Cara O'Toole of Hillingdon, who was pretty conservative there in the first 100, but now she's beginning to spring into life on the second set. And she earlier on got 4:31.67, so it'll be interesting to see how that materialises in that sense between the Hillingdon swimmer and Megan Barnes in lane 4 as well. Also a bit of an eager interest in lane 7 and 8, the old Cambridge-Oxford rivalry in water between Katie Hammond and Megan Smith this time around, and it's Cambridge and Katie Hammond getting the upper hand in that respect. Both of those recording season's best earlier on today, but have gone a second or two quicker previously as well. Now, past the halfway point, and now we can get a proper analysis of the situation evolving here. Cara O'Toole of Hillingdon leading by a nose ahead of Megan Barnes in lane 4. That is going to go right down to the wire. They are going to drag each other with them all the way, you'd suspect, especially with the way that this one has started. Just to their left-hand side in lane 6 is Rebecca Howell of Basildon and Phoenix, who's just been ticking on the periphery of the front two throughout the race so far, biding her time and ready to make that burst towards the top. Also in 3, Eve Lelu, just trying to keep up with that sort of pace as well. She does anchor the top 4, but of course 4th does not get you a medal. And Megan Barnes has regained the lead once again from Cara O'Toole, just when it seemed like it was the Hillingdon swimmer with the momentum. So the gap between the two at that latest touch there, 200ths of a second in favour of Megan Barnes. And they'll be coming here towards the 300-metre mark with everyone pushing behind them as they go towards the scoreboard end, and it's now looking like Cara O'Toole has managed to get that tug of war back in her favour once more, but that is not over yet. 100 metres to go, the first turn being made by neither of them, both on 3:23.2. This is as tight as it's been so far, but Megan Barnes arguably getting the better of the turnarounds there. Bit of clear daylight now between Rebecca Howell in lane 6 and her rival for bronze, Eve Lelu, in lane 3. Doesn't look like anyone's going to pick Rebecca Howell's pocket at this point, but in lane 9 we've got Genevieve Muller-Butcher of Guildford City for the first time managing to get in front of the Oxford and Cambridge pair in lanes 8 and 7. Muller-Butcher with some real support on that far side alongside the Oxford crew as well, but none of those looking dangerous for a medal as we now go into the final 50 metres, and it is Megan Barnes against Cara O'Toole, and this one effervescent. It has been bubbling along all the way through, and now it will be coming to its conclusion. 25 metres to go. Megan Barnes just holding the slight advantage here. Cara O'Toole really tries to begin to kick in retaliation. Rebecca Howell with a bit of a late surge to try and distance herself in the battle for bronze, but it's all about the goal and it's all about Megan Barnes. She comes in and touches in on 4:27.33. Those alongside us in the commentary position very happy about that one. It's a new PB for Barnes.
The 2-minute barrier is massive for these girls, and that's where they're hoping to break tonight.
Yes, great for Holly Osrin and Betsy Wizard are in nice positions there, lane 2 and 6. The older girls in the middle, these two youngsters can really push on and try and beat the older guard, as you put it, and get under that 2 minutes. I think some of these young ladies can do it.
I say older guard, everyone in the race under the age of 20, but that just makes us
Compared
sound
to
old,
15,
doesn't
I
it?
guess. Yeah, well, yeah.
It's over to our race commentator, Jonathan Pell.
Yeah, worth mentioning that bracket as well. Megan Barnes in lane 8, also 15 years of age, and incidentally the youngest in the pool, a day younger than Betsy Wizard, going in lane 6 for Northampton. So it'll be fascinating to see how this one materialises over the course of these 200 metres. Initially going to form down the centre with Jemima Hall and Amy Grant trying to assert their dominance on this affair. Those two separated earlier in the heats by just 0.05 of a second. Jemima Hall managing to be superior there with that PB of 2:07.4. The only swimmer in the pool that's ever managed to break the 2-minute barrier lines up in lane 1. Near side, green cap, you can see there in the bottom right, Amelia Sansom of Wickham District. Her PB standing at 1:59 2:09.1. And I think when you've got your fastest swimmer on paper on the outside lane, James, it just shows how wide open this could be.
Does indeed. Amelia Sampson, yeah, from Wickham District. The only lady to go, I'm sure you've just mentioned this, to go under the 2 minutes. I love looking out for the juniors and seeing them come through. Just really reminds me of when I was a junior and racing these more senior type swimmers. Betsy Wizard in 6, keeping an eye on her, she's 15, and Honey Osrin in lane 2. Remember Honey doing really well in the backstroke. She made the A final in 2 minutes backstroke, dropping 6 seconds off her personal best to do that, and that was some swim. One of the swims of the day, one of the swims of the weekend for me. For Honey, she's got a personal best of 2:1.35 that she did this morning. And
well, she's finishing not too badly here either. You can see there's about 6 of them merging towards the front, and it's the 2 green caps of Wickham District that look like they're going to spearhead this. Jemima Hall in 4 and Amelia Sansom in 1. Jemima Hall indeed gets there just ahead by 100th of a second.
Good swim from the youngsters. I was on about Betsy Wizard 2 minutes.3 and Honey Osram 2 minutes.4. So here we are.